So we're continuing our coverage of this sort of up and down, hot and cold reporting of so-called election fraud that's been taking place on Fox News. And we are now getting to Laura Ingraham. We talked about Tucker Carlson earlier today. Now we're going to talk about Laura Ingraham. And this is really very funny. You are going to see video now of Laura Ingraham very slowly and carefully and gently explaining to her audience, Donald Trump is not getting another 4 years. Joe Biden is going to be the president of the United States. And this is so funny because it's sort of like, it's like a mid-level mafia guy having to go in and tell the Godfather things didn't go so well. Or, you know, an employee having to go in and tell their intimidating boss that they're not going to make the sales target for the quarter or something like that. You know, tiptoeing around the tooth. Listen, sir, we really put in our best effort. It's starting to look like maybe through no fault of our own, the bad guy might have gotten away or something like that. And she has to speak to her audience almost like they're not all there. But she does tell them, I would be lying if I kept pretending that Donald Trump was going to figure out how to get a second term. Now, where she is still being deceptive is that it was just as deceptive 2 weeks ago to pretend like Donald Trump might be on his way to a second term. We knew he wasn't. But take a look at this video. This is Laura Ingraham explaining that thanks to Donald Trump, as I already told you, formally okaying the transition to start, it really is like a concession. Take a look.
President Trump gave the go-ahead for the transition. You see it there. And as unpleasant and disappointing as these past 3 weeks have been to so many of us, as much as we wish things were different, this is where things stand tonight. Now, legal challenges continue in a number of states. Serious questions about vote counting, poll watcher access are outstanding. But unless the legal situation changes in a dramatic and frankly an unlikely manner, Joe Biden will be inaugurated on January 20th. Now, to say this does not mean I don't think that this election was rife with problems and potential fraud. And to say this does not constitute being a sellout to the conservative populist movement that I've been fighting for, I don't know, 25 years.
You know how some people sometimes get mad at me when I issue these disclaimers, when I cover certain stories? I'll say, you know, listen, I'm going to tell you an example of a Fox News a reporter telling the truth, but this doesn't mean we like Fox News now, and it doesn't mean I'm in favor of Fox News. Listen to the disclaimers that Laura has to give to protect herself from the Fox News audience, which what's fascinating is Fox News has so dramatically radicalized their own audience that the Fox News audience is now too radical for any truth to be given to them on Fox News. If they say, as some reporters did earlier on, Trump lost, Joe Biden's the president-elect, the Fox News audience is so radical that they bail and they go to Newsmax or to OAN. And Laura Ingraham has to say, guys, I'm not selling out. Really, I'm for the conservative movement, but sorry, Joe Biden is going to be president. Don't kill the messenger. Don't go out. I'm just the messenger here. And as I was watching, that's what I was thinking about. And the other thing, by the way, imagine being someone who you're watching this episode last night, and this is the first time you're hearing anyone say to you, Joe Biden really is going to be president. Like, we know Trump convinced 86% of his voters that Joe Biden actually stole it. And we know Donald Trump convinced 60% of his voters that these bogus legal challenges really are going to overturn the election results. I'm imagining someone who hasn't paid attention to actual news for the last 3 weeks and thought Trump is about to overturn this thing. What are they going through? Turning on Laura Ingraham last night and being devastated and shocked to hear that on November 23rd, for the first time, they are being told, guys, Joe Biden really is going to be president. Bizarre alternate universe that some people are living in. Let's watch a little bit more of this. And she keeps doing these hilarious disclaimers and apologies.
And it does not mean that I disagree at all with the president's right and obligation to pursue all legitimate legal challenges to this outcome. To say this constitutes living in reality. And if I offered you a false reality, if I told you that there was an excellent, phenomenal chance that the Supreme Court was going to step in and deliver a victory to President Trump, I'd be lying to you. Now, you've known me for a long time now, and you know me long enough to know that I will not lie to you or simply tell you what you want to hear.
The funny thing is, all these Fox News people have been offering false realities for weeks. It's like performance art. She says, I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't deceive you. I'm not going to tell you as of November 23rd, yesterday, that Donald Trump really has a shot. But what she and Tucker and Hannity have been doing for weeks is exactly that. It's no more wrong now than it was 2 weeks ago. When they were saying, here is Donald Trump's path. Here is the way that Donald Trump could ultimately be president. You had to be a fool to fall for it then, just like now. It's no clearer now than it was 2 weeks ago that, of course, Joe Biden is going to be the next president. He's been the apparent winner for going on a month or just short of it. I am curious to see what Fox News sort of looks like over the next couple of months. How much do they continue to kowtow to and placate their more extreme audience, the types of people who, for the first time ever, we're hearing yesterday from Laura Ingraham, hey guys, by the way, Joe Biden's going to be the next president. For a limited time, our sponsor, PureVPN, is offering you a huge 86% discount on a subscription, which comes out to only about $1.50 per month. PureVPN makes you anonymous when you're browsing online, and you can trust them because they're the only VPN in the industry with an always-on third-party audit to verify that your internet activity is not being logged. By hiding your IP address, PureVPN keeps you safe from hackers and prevents you from being spied on by your internet service provider, social media companies, and even government surveillance. It also lets you watch shows and movies that aren't available in your country. PureVPN is super fast. You can use it on all of your devices. And I can tell you firsthand, the app is really easy to use. And they have 6,500 servers across the world, which is more than any other VPN in the industry. Everyone should be using a VPN when connecting to the internet, and now is the perfect time to start because PureVPN is giving you an 86% discount on a subscription, which comes out to only about $1.50 a month. Go to davidpakman.com/purevpn. The link is underneath this video.